That is not supposed to be though. Straight up. Oh, there we go. Okay, so check it. There we go. All right. So this is, just finna talk a little bit. I ain't really, you know what I'm saying? But what I wanted to say was this. A hit dog gonna show enough holler. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. Like, sometimes I be getting caught up myself. You know what I'm saying? And taking shit personal and, you know what I mean? Like, somebody might say some shit and then I might feel exposed. You know what I'm saying? And I might get offended. And I notice that other people do the same thing. So, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to talk about that for a little bit. You know how people might not even be talking to you, bruh. Like, a motherfucker might not even really be focused on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you might hear something they say and take that shit, like, personal. Fuck my joint at? Oh, shit, I'm tripping. Yeah, man, but like I was saying, man, you know, I think these the topics that, you know what I'm saying, we got to really discuss. Like, we got to talk about these things, you know what I'm saying, in order to change it. So me, I have no problem putting myself on the table as an example. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like the only way that you can create change is to first start with self. You know what I'm saying? And like, I be getting a lot of negative energy sent at me, and I know I'm not the only one. I'm not acting like, my plight is more difficult than the next person's. I'm just saying that I have dealt with a lot of shit, and first and foremost, the betrayal of self, to even allow people to betray me. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the big ticket right there. Like, the betrayal of self, to allow others to have the opportunity to betray me. Now, I know, you can't avoid all betrayal, but the level of betrayal that I have faced and dealt with, I feel as though it's due to self-betrayal, betraying myself, allowing myself to be in those predicaments. You know what I'm saying? Because every situation can't be avoided, but a lot of situations can. You know what I'm saying? And, I'm not no motherfucking genius. I'm not stupid, but I don't know it all. You see what I mean? I just know what I've been through. And I know what I've been through could help somebody else not go through it. You see what I mean? If you don't have that experience, learn from my experience. You see what I mean? Like, the level of betrayal. And then that puts you in a position where, you is easily offended. Like, I get easily offended sometimes. I be in my emotions. I get easily offended. And I'm not the only one. I'm just going to talk about it. You know what I mean? Other people might not address that shit. I'm going to talk about it. You go through your day. I go through my day. I might hear this. Somebody might say that, and in the midst of everything, a person could say something that hits so close to home, it feel like they know your life. You know what I mean? And when a person do something like that, that shit make you feel exposed and you feel naked. So you got to deal with that. You know what I mean? Like, I had to learn how to deal with that. I had to learn how to not take every fucking thing that somebody says personal. Because at the end of the day, a bitch don't know my struggle. You know what I mean? On the outside looking in, a person could point their finger and say, yeah, she HIV positive. A person could point their finger and say, yeah, she lost everything. A person could point their finger and say, yeah, she gave up on life. But I know I ain't gave up on life. I know I'm in a cocoon right now. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm literally in a cocoon. So at the end of the day, anything that I take personal, I know that that's something that I need to work on. You know what I mean? So when you find yourself taking shit personal, you got to be aware that that's something that you need to work on. It's not somebody trying to expose you. It's not somebody trying to belittle you. It's something that you need to work on. You got to work on that. You got to fix that within yourself because you took it personal. Now, yeah, people take slick shots. You know, people say sideways ass shit. You know what I'm saying? All that sideline ass hating. You know, people do that. But at the end of the day, I keep telling people I done been called everything under the sun but a child of God. Real shit. And I know for a fact that the people's lives that I've been in, I've always tried to give them the truth. You know what I mean? Like, I've always did my best to be straight up with people. If it was bad, if it was good, if it was ugly, if it was pretty, I laid that shit on the table. So nothing that was done on my behalf was underhanded, conniving, manipulative, pre-thought of. You know what I'm saying? Like, premeditated. Like, a nigga didn't sit back trying to fuck up nobody's life. Like, I didn't sit back making plans to fuck people's life up. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I know all of the shit that people done tried to do and say and inflict on me, y'all got to deal with that. So even if you is making a slick comment about me, even if you is halfway throwing shade, that don't say nothing about me. That say something about you. So I had to learn how to see and spot where I need to work on. Like, what I need to work on. Where the problem is. The problem lies in, like, if you offended by anything I say, baby, that's some work that you need to do. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we as human beings have to learn how to accept each other for who each other are. I don't know if I said that right, but you get what I'm saying, right? We have to learn how to accept people for who they are. That's what God do. God accept every person for who they is, faults and all. And the truth of everything is, once you get past blaming everybody, see, I done went through stages of grief. Once you get past blaming everybody and you blame yourself and then you accept what the fuck done happened to you, You accept what the world done turned you into. Because as quiet as it's kept, some of us are merely products of our environment. Matter of fact, all of us are merely products of our environment. You see what I mean? It's just some people's environments is better than others. I grew up in the slums, so I'm gonna cuss. I'm gonna keep it real gritty, because that's how I grew up. You might look at me and say, oh, you could pass. Or you could, you could work that skin color that you got. How am I gonna be anything other than what I am? And why would I try to be anything other than what I am just because somebody else had something to say? Y'all gonna have something to say whether I do what you want me to do or whether I do what the fuck I want to do. Y'all gonna talk. That's what y'all do. Y'all gonna gossip. That's what y'all do. Y'all gonna laugh at other people's misfortune because that's what y'all do. You see what I mean? But a real motherfucker gonna see you going through some shit, and instead of them running around talking to everybody else about your business and what you going through, they gonna come to you, roll up their sleeves, and get gritty with you. Meaning, they're gonna come and assist you in doing the work that need to be done. That's what real people do. When a real friend see you a little insecure, they boost you up. When a real friend see you doubting yourself, they give you a reason not to. Real friends pull the best out of each other. They don't point out the worst. Through all my years, I'm 40 years old, dog. 40. You know what I'm saying? Get some. Real shit. I done seen a lot and I done a lot. I ain't never met nobody wrong. Ever in my life have I ever came into somebody's life and tried to steer them the wrong fucking way. And if I did, it was not on purpose. It was because I was confused myself. You see what I mean? So I had to learn how not to take shit personal, because your view of me and your sideline remarks and comments and hate is not a reflection of me. It's a reflection of you. I had to learn how to alchemize that energy. You see what I'm saying? I had to learn how to take the negative shit that I was going through and still go through. I had to learn how to take that shit in and turn it into something beautiful. And just in case y'all didn't know, I'm Neon J. Neon J. Okay? The light within the dark. I came up with that name. Matter of fact, a nigga helped me come up with that name. Because I was talking about Neon J. And he was like, man, put all that shit together. You know what I'm saying? And I was really breaking that shit down for him, because neon, because I'm bright, which means I'm bright skin-wise, I'm bright mind-wise, I'm bright. And I shine. And I shine in the dark, because that's where I've been at, in the dark. Matter of fact, that's where we all at, in the fucking dark. I keep telling y'all, nobody has all the answers. Nobody but God. Nobody but God. And nobody but God can judge me. I had to accept that I made choices based off of love that I assumed that others had for me. And what I'm doing is to stop some other girl from going down the same path, dog. Never in my life did I plan to be a 40-year-old single woman with HIV. That's not what I planned. And that's not what I lived for. I always tried to make the best out of a bad situation. I was born into a bad situation. And I tried my hardest to make the best out of that. And I might be in my cocoon right now, but when I come out, oh, my color's gonna be bright and my wings gonna be beautiful. And I'm gonna be able to fly and glide past all you bitches. You know? So if you going through it, if you been through it, if you got through it, keep your fucking head up. Keep your head up, baby. I know they thought HIV was gonna stop me. I know they did. Because in their mind, I couldn't control my pussy. They never thought that my confidence came from God. They thought my confidence came from my looks. They thought my confidence came from my shape. They thought my confidence came from between my legs. But my confidence came from God. That's why I could still, today, being HIV positive, get on here and preach my motherfucking word. Now, you might find fault with the words that I choose to use, but if you can't look past the dirt to see the motherfucking flowers and the trees, then you got a bigger problem than me cussing. Real shit. Real shit. Because irregardless of what you think, the flowers bloom from the dirt. The trees bloom from the dirt. The food you eat grows in the dirt, unless you just eating a lot of processed bullshit. You know, and that's another story. You know what I'm saying? Like, real shit, that's a whole nother story. But I noticed something. I noticed that the videos that get the most views is the videos where I look the most emotionally irrational. And I ain't scared to say that shit. I'm emo. I ain't scared to say that I'm a thug. I ain't scared to say that, yeah, I might cry, but I might beat your ass too. You see what I'm saying? You better ask about me, baby. Find out about me. I know they wanted me to be quiet. A lot of people don't want a person like me being influential. You see what I'm saying? It's okay when men have HIV, but when women have HIV, it's a whole nother fucking story. We get shunned and exiled and talked about. Real shit. But a nigga could have a homeboy that got HIV and they'll go out to the club together and watch strippers shake their ass and probably take some home, knowing that man HIV positive. But if it's a woman that's HIV positive, a nigga won't even shake her hand. Trust me, I know. I've experienced it. I can only speak from experience, boo. The shit that I'm saying is not some shit that I thought up. It's shit that I've lived. And you can't take that from me. So if the words that I'm saying offend you, do something to change the environment. Because we are all products of our environment, baby. And as smart as I might be, as bright as I am, that don't change the fact that I could walk out my front door right now and get killed. That don't change that. And whether you want to admit it or not, that does something to a person's psyche. And when they created these environments and put us in them, they knew that. So you could point your finger at me, or you can talk about the real problem. Real shit. I know y'all like to watch me be irrational. I know y'all get off on that shit. But y'all hate it when I work through it. Y'all feel so disgusted inside when y'all see me work through all this spiritual warfare. Y'all get disgusted. People would be disgusted with your ability to transmute energy. They will be disgusted. They will be offended. But that don't change that you have the ability to transmute energy. So you could be mad. Hell, you could be glad. Get you some Glad Lock zipper bags. Throw that shit in there and put it on the motherfucking curb for the trash man. Because that's really what you can do with your disdain. You can throw that shit in the trash. Because that's all it's worth. It's trash. Having the energy to hate anybody is just trash. All the people that have betrayed me, I could still stand up, see them, and not be fazed by it. So why are you fazed by me? Because a motherfucking hit dog gonna holler, bitch. That's why. A hit dog gonna holler. And if you holler, maybe you need to address that. But you need to address that within self. Don't bring it to me, boo. Now, I'm going to get up off of here. As always, y'all be good to yourselves. Y'all be good to others. Don't take nothing to hit that thumbs up or that subscribe button. And don't be shy. Go on and share this shit with another motherfucker.